Did I hear something about a slump? The Cowboys never heard of a slump, as they embarrassed the Washington football team on Sunday night, winning 56-14 in a game that actually may not have been that close. The Cowboys happened to clinch the NFC East earlier in the day. They are your champs for the first time in a couple of years. So the Cowboys will get at least one playoff game at home, and that's been a big deal for their offense. Dallas is averaging nearly 15 more points per game at home compared to on the road. Easily the largest difference for any team in the NFL this season. Dak Prescott has thrown 20 touchdowns to just 2 picks at AT&T Stadium this year. Dan, I did not misspeak earlier. 56-14.
Yes.
And again, it was not that close. What do you attribute this massive win to?
Tempo. The Cowboys offensively had tempo. Now, Washington's defense was decimated and they played awful. But the process of how the Cowboys went about their business was very similar to what it looked like to start of the season, right? The first quarter passes to Amari Cooper to get into rhythm at the line of scrimmage. Then they come back to it in the third quarter. Dak pumps it to get the corner to jump up. And then there's that deep cross, layering that route to CeeDee Lamb. I love Dak on the move. He made some throws athletically. Play faking, bootlegging to his left, and then throwing on the run to CeeDee Lamb was really impressive. So when they get to the line of scrimmage and dictate to teams, that allows this run game, when they're pulling people, to play with that numbers advantage, right? There again, Zeke, 2nd and 2, handed off in the gun. Numbers advantage. That's something that this offense really hasn't had. Now, why hasn't it had it? Well, Dak wasn't good in rhythm recently. He was yesterday. He wasn't good out of structure recently. He was yesterday. The run game was one-dimensional recently. It wasn't yesterday. So when they're doing all those things and getting to the line of scrimmage and playing in that no-huddle pace, they're never allowing the defense to gather themselves. They're never allowing the defense to kind of find their footing or get their bearings. That's what the difference was for this offense last night, and it'll be a big deal if they can keep it going moving forward.
Yeah, Dio, the beautiful thing about that, the tempo, to your point, you can't get matched up. And you saw a lot of that, and for that reason, that's why I want to give Kellerman a lot of credit for what he did. He, like we've been on this offense, and I talked about stagnant. I thought Dak was injured because he just wasn't precise or decisive in his movement or throwing the football. But what you saw last night is more about operation. Yeah, the competition will get stiffer. Yeah, there'll be better secondaries, and it won't be things going on like that. But we were looking for Dallas's operation from the first 6 weeks of the season, and that's what we saw last night. Even with a hampered Zeke, even with not having an explosive run game that just blows you off to the charts, this team is going to go as 4 goals, Dio, and you know that. He's going to have to not only control tempo, he's going to have to put this team in great situations and get them out of some bad situations like we've seen him do over time. But the bottom line is, and the main focus is, Dallas got back to a semblance of operation offensively that we kind of defined as one of those teams in the NFC that could make a Super Bowl run because of that. So we'll see once competition gets stiffer if they've really found their groove. But last night was a hell of a step in the direction.
It sure was. And by the way, they're tied for the 2nd best record in the NFC. The Cowboys playing good football right now.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.